Hello guys, it's Unders, and today we're here with Wario Sound Beats to have a look at FL Studio and its time stretching. I'm going to show you how to time stretch, how to work out the BPM of a track, what time stretching algorithms to use, who, what, where, when, and why. Let's get into the video. Alright guys, here we are in FL Studio. I'm going to show you guys a couple of ways that we can do time stretching and a couple of the settings that will really help you out in getting the right sound. So we've got a project, we've set it to 88 BPM and we've brought a sample in that's 84. Go figure, they don't fit, right? So there's a couple of things that we can do. Firstly, we've got up here where it says stretch, we've got a little icon. It can be on or off. It is tiny, so you may just miss it at a glance. You can also do Shift and M. That turns that on and off for us as well. So when it's on, if we grab the end of a piece of audio, it will stretch, but it will snap to the grid. So if I try and get this in the right place, it's going to go off a bit, right? If I hold Option though, I can move it a lot more precisely and I can line it right up where I want it to be. Boom, job done. Now, there's some other ways to do this, and pieces of audio won't always be exactly 4 bars like this, so it might be a little bit more difficult. What else we can do, right next to 84 here, there's this little wave icon. If we right click, we've got some settings in here. One says detect tempo. So if you don't know the tempo of the piece of audio, use this, figure it out, then get that set. We know this is 84, so we're going to go straight to fit tempo. Now we know it's 84, we figured that out. We could have done it with detect tempo. You can run it again in here if need be. But we're going to type in the BPM. We know it's 84. We hit 84. Boom, it snaps it to the most relevant grid reference for that BPM. So our 84 sample now plays back at 88 again. Now maybe we want these drums working even slower. If we were to bring it down to say 70, so we've got like a 14 difference in BPM, and we could stretch it. Brilliant. So it stayed with us, but it's not going to sound right. That's all grainy and funny, right? So if we double click on it, we've got some modes that we can change in time stretching, just where it says here in our sampler. By default, this has gone to auto. Auto will just figure out one of these modes. It's not always perfect. What I'll do, I'm going to choose resample, and I'm just going to play the piece of audio and go through the different modes. I want you to have a listen to the differences, and then I'll explain what can be useful where for you. Definitely heard some real changes there, right? Especially between resample and the slice map, for example. Mad difference, right? So resample can work quite well for some things. Percussion doesn't work too well with. If you use it on like a stretched bass note or something with a tone, it can work, but it can also change the pitch of the sound depending on how much you've stretched it. The elastics here, so like the generic and mono, both useful. Mono, in this case, it gives us a problem with our kick drum. It goes all wobbly and horrible, but it can work for lots of sounds. Vocals, for example, stretch really well with that E3 mono. Now, percussion tends to be best under special slice stretch or slice map, depending what you've got. Now, the slice map's not too precise. In this case, it breaks the sound up a bit. But the slice stretch, which does the same thing, but then stretches the samples to fill the gaps, works really nicely here, and we don't lose any punch in our drums. So that's essentially it, guys. That's 2 great ways that you can use time stretching, and that's what the different modes are used for and what they work best on. I hope that was helpful for you guys. If it was, please bash a like on the video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and I will see you on the next one.